How about that? I love
We'll wake you up on a Thursday.
Good morning, everybody. We've got an exciting jam-packed show for you today, and we are starting it with a very special guest right here on our yellow couch.
That's right. Zack Dobbins is a Midwest boy now making a big name for himself in New York as a performer. He's currently starring as Christopher Columbus in the musical Christopher that's in development for Broadway. Welcome to the Morning Blend.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. So Christopher Columbus discovered America, so you're playing the ultimate pioneer.
Yeah, it's a great role. Right now we're developing it, but it kind of goes into this part of history you don't really talk too much about, which is who was manipulating whom, what was his real relationship with the Queen and the King.
Okay.
It's just fascinating. It's a new way to take history and make it a little even poppier, I think.
When
awesome.
something's said to be in works or in development for Broadway, does that mean it for sure will go, or does it kind of have to go through a process of approval?
It's not even a process of approval. It's financing of it. It's the changing of shape and the casting, all those little pieces putting together.
Yeah.
You're working on an album right now,
Yes,
right?
I am.
What kind of music is on it?
Yes,
I'm very excited. No, I'm like, finally. No. Well, I've been working on it for a while. The music is a range. I have some original songs that songwriters have written for me and with me, and then I have some covers of bigger, famous ballads that people love to hear. That I love to
there's you,
sing.
sans facial hair.
If you like the clean-shaven version,
there it is.
that's the one for Mom. Yeah.
So what's your favorite kind of music? Because a lot of people will say, well, what will your album sound like? Because you've done a lot of musical theater, you've done classics, you've done a lot of range of songs.
Yeah, it's going to be gutsy ballads, I say, mostly, but there's a lot of the songs that were written especially for me are very personal. They're just about everything we all go through, the breakups, a lot about New York, a lot of different parts of my life all put to song.
There's something about heartbreak, right? It just kind of like makes you feel like you need to like not just emote emotion, but kind of like
get it out,
share it.
Totally. Well,
know,
it's the shower.
Release
you know what I mean?
it.
Yes, totally.
Release it. It's true. So Rockford, is that your hometown?
I was born there, and the reason we're starting the tour here is because my parents went to high school there, met there, and so it's kind of a little love letter to my parents coming back.
Oh, cute.
Because I haven't been back for 20 years. So.
Really? That's super exciting.
It's very exciting.
And that concert is going on in Rockford, Illinois at the Rockford Theater.
Yes.
I've never been there. I'm originally from Illinois, but I've never been to the Rockford Theater.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little space. They've welcomed us with open arms, and it's going to be a reunion of sorts for me and my family. So
awesome.
I'm really happy.
We want to ask you some fun questions, but first, just really quick, best way for people to find out about your music, where you're performing, all that kind of stuff.
ZackDobbins.com.
Okay, so on your website is the best place for people to visit. Okay,
yes, ma'am.
So what is your favorite thing in your closet to wear?
Favorite thing in the closet to wear? I am a prep from old school, so I'm like a polo. Well, actually, cowboy boots would be it. But
I noticed.
I was like,
those are great boots.
Thank you.
I like those.
I worked for. I used to design the windows for Ralph Lauren for a time in my life.
That's
and
awesome.
so they had a whole department of vintage people that traveled the country and just bought all this cool vintage stuff. So these are one of my finds. So I'd go cowboy boots.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Thank you.
What's something you hate to spend money on, especially living in New York, right?
Oh gosh.
Everything.
You know what? The word I call it the most. This is horrible. The most inefficient, like insanity, is paying taxis. Because you pay $20 to get just to an interview or something, anything. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So it's
for
crazy.
Sure. Do you have a nervous habit?
I think it's the wild gesticulation you're seeing. Like, whoa, yeah.
You become Italian as soon as you're nervous. That's a good one. Who's someone that you've always wanted to sing or perform with?
Do you know who I just love? Because I feel, I know people all respect her across the world, but her voice to me is everything is Katie Lang. She just has that richness, and that it just comes from this deepest place. She's probably one of my favorite voices to hear. That soothing sound.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Last question: if you were not a singer-performer, you would be
insane. No, I would be probably. As I said, I design windows for Ralph Lauren and Valentino and Barney's in my life, and I'd probably continue doing some of that. Something creative. Something creative, yeah, for sure.
That's cool. Did you go to school for that, or?
No, I fell into it, and then I interviewed, and they actually gave me a test. Like, here, make a display. You have an hour. We'll be back.
Really?
And I got the job. So
you could probably write a book about that.
Well, we're working on that too.
People are always interested in that stuff.
Thanks.
Okay, so Zack, he's going to sing for us in just a little bit, but first, before we move on.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, when dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dreams to shame. Slept a summer by my side. He filled my days with endless wonder. He took my childhood in his stride, but he was gone when autumn came. Still I dream he'll come to me, that we might live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. Dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seems. Now life has killed the dream.